A lot of the food served here comes from Food Services of America. They say they have a dietitian that plans these meals, but the way it seems to me, that dietitian plans it to make it as unpalatable as possible, perhaps to get people to eat less. However, there's just a lot of times mostly carbohydrates, and for a diabetic, of course, that's the worst thing you can eat. But anyway, I don't know where they get all these flavors. It's kind of the same old flavor no matter what they make or what they buy. And the soup, I very seldom like. Oh, maybe chicken noodle. You can't hardly put stuff in chicken noodle that doesn't belong there. But maybe like a vegetable soup. And of course, a vegetable soup, if you make it at home, you dump everything in the pot and cook it, and it comes out homemade. But over there at Food Service of America, because they make it the commercial way, they make it in, they'll cook, obviously they cook one product like potatoes in this pot and the carrots in another pot, and each item in a different pot, then they dump it in the main pot and call it soup. Unfortunately, you don't have the flavor that you do by cooking it at home, homemade. So I'm going to try something new tonight. I don't know if it'll work, but I brought, instead of eating my soup at the table, which I don't really need at that time, maybe before dinner, before I go to bed, I'm going to bring it up, I'm going to cook it in the microwave for several minutes and see if that gives it that home flavor. I put in a little Tabasco sauce, just a little bit of tomato ketchup and pepper and some salt. They light on the salt in most cases. We'll see how it comes out. If you got any suggestions how I can make homemade soup out of commercial canned soup, let me know. Because I can't put it on something you would overheat something, but at least I can microwave it. Well, stay tuned. We'll let you know how it turned out. There's a groundswell to get this picture here hung in at Cascade. They just spent probably $50, maybe $100,000 remodeling this place. Well, I mean, decorating it with pictures and furniture and various things like that. And all it seems to do is, it's like a lot of these places, the decorations just blend in with the walls, and you don't think anything of it particularly. It doesn't, nothing to draw your picture. You look at it and that's that. But I have this picture here that everyone that sees it says they just love it because it means something to them. Maybe their grandpa fought in World War II. Maybe they themselves might have been in it some now and then, like myself. Maybe some have their uncles and aunts. They have fathers that were in it, and this has meaning to them. But something like these flowers, framed with flowers, I mean, that means nothing, really. They look at it and they don't think anything of it. So, but anyway, people are, every time they see it, they think it's a great, and they bought about the only figure they have here is the one of Gene Autry. Now, and unfortunately, they sold him a bill of goods with this Gene Autry picture because it's not a very good picture. It's sharp, but the shirt is all washed out, and it's a very poor print. And it's too bad they stuck him with the Gene Autry, even though he did write Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I don't think a lot of these people here care one way or another about Gene Autry because he's just ahead of their time, most of them. If you're 60 or 70, you're not quite up on Gene Autry. Maybe if you're in country music you might be, but I don't hear that much of that going on around here. Anyway, maybe they can be encouraged to look into hanging this one. which does mean something. Now let's go try my soup.